All right, you're good to go.
Thanks. I have 7:02 to call the meeting to order. So we'll start with Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
to the flag
of the United States of America,
and
and
to the republic
for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty and justice for all.
justice for all.
Thanks, everybody, for signing in or calling in or whatever other technology we're using. Tonight, I don't anticipate a very long meeting. Everybody by now should have the printout of the revenues and expenditures and the summary page that Doug sent out around the 15th, which would have been about a week ago. After all of our changes, and we're not going to obviously ratify the budget tonight, but I'd like to come to a consensus because the last item on our agenda, other than adjournment, is going to be to set a date and time for the public hearing. And I've got a date and a time, and we'll go through mechanics after that, after we look at the numbers. Anybody have any questions off of what was sent out, off of the changes we made? They've all been accounted for in Doug's printout. I went through and matched up everything to my notes and the changes. So everything he sent are the numbers up to date. So if anyone has any questions or wants to go over something, please feel free to speak up.
I have one question.
Sure. Oh, and give your name when you're going to speak, please, so that the people that would be listening in would know who's talking other than myself as the chair.
Yep.
Thank you, Bill.
Kwame Dunbar speaking. I remember we brought up looking into getting the fire chiefs a salary, but I didn't see anything in the updated budget for them.
Correct. At this, after we had originally talked about it, I'd had a discussion with the selectmen as well as got town council's opinion on it. And and I think I mentioned this at our last get together. If I didn't, I apologize. But one of the things is we are not the hiring body for the town of Seymour or hiring to set salaries of employees and things. And the Board of Selectmen who have that authority haven't exercised it for that position. So in that regard, to set up a salary for positions that aren't going to be, let's call it, approved for payment, would be counterproductive. So I don't think in this budget we're looking at, that would be, tacking on extra dollars that would probably not go anywhere at this point for this budget year.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anybody else?
Paul Wedowitz, I have a question, Bill.
Sure, go ahead.
Has there been any changes in the line items from our last conversation we had?
No, the changes that, and I think I said this at the start, the changes that are if you were to compare this set of printouts with last week's meeting set of printouts, all of the various changes we implemented are reflected in the new printouts we all got. There's been no changes subsequent to these changes. There's been nothing else done to them. So the numbers we have here are what we talked about and came to a consensus on about a week ago.
Okay.
Anybody else? Quiet audience.
Richard Demko, I'm good to go. I don't have any questions. It looks good. It looks exactly the way that we discussed it.
Right.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Any impact, I agree.
Bev or John or Jim, any thoughts? Kwame?
No, just I had sent an email to you previously on the 3 questions that I had. You answered those
Okay.
regarding the $45,000
Yes,
reduction in insurance just on the town side and not the
correct.
Board of Education.
Right.
Anybody else?
I'm all set.
Yeah,
Betty Ann, good.
okay, thank you. Jim?
No, I'm good. Looks all right.
Okay, thank you. As I said, just very quickly to look at this, and I'm just going off the summary page, which is all of the numbers from the detail sheets. We've kept the mill rate stable for the 5th year in a row at 36. We're estimating state grants and funding as best we know from Hartford. We're calling for a use of fund balance of about 228,000, a little more. In terms of the overall budget, we're looking at revenues and expenditures of $58,084,616. And that's probably the high level top of this of this summary. What I'd like to do is, based on, we all know that we're operating under the governor's emergency ordinances and things that have passed. The one thing on our agenda, which is item number 4, is to set a date and a time for a public hearing, so any townspeople that want to comment on what we've done can do so. And whatever they may say or suggest, we can see at that point in time what we want to do with it. But in any event, I've got a date of May 12th, which is 3 weeks from yesterday, to have this hearing. I'm going to assume it's going to be done like we're doing this meeting, through Zoom. And if there are no objections to that, what I'd like to do is I'll just take a motion and a second to set the public hearing on the 2021 budget for May 12th, 2020.
Richard Demko, so moved. May 12th.
Kwame Dunbar, second.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor?
Were you going to post it, John
Well-
Summer, were you going to post a time as well?
Oh, no, and at 7 PM, I'm sorry, the usual 7 PM meeting time.
Hey, Bill,
Yep,
I was like, Bill, this is Curtis. One of the reasons we wanted to have 3 weeks, we'll go ahead and we'll get everything posted either tomorrow or Friday at the latest.
Okay.
We'll have it out on social media. We'll have it on the website, and we will have a spot for folks to be able to send public comment in. We'll compile all the public comments, and then we'll read each public comments during the meeting.
okay,
Once that is done, we'll close the meeting once all the public comment happens, and then you guys will have 2 weeks, and we'll vote on it at your meeting in May, your regularly scheduled meeting. So you'll have 2 weeks in between the hearing and the meeting to make any changes, and then to take the final vote.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sounds good.
You've heard it, so we have a motion and a second on the table for May 12th at 7 o'clock, using Zoom as the mechanism, or if this virus miraculously clears up, which I doubt. But in any event, I'll call for a vote on the setting of the date and time. And then could you say your name and how you vote, please?
Betty Ann Peck, I vote yay.
Richard Demko, yay.
Kwame Dunbar,
John
yay.
Summer, yay.
Beverly Kennedy, yay.
Jim Curtella, yay.
Okay. Any no votes? And the chair votes aye. Okay, so May 12th, 7 o'clock will be the public hearing for the review of this budget. And as Kurt had mentioned, after that, at our regular meeting, which will be May 26th, we will take formal action to, if there are no changes, or discuss any changes or make any changes. But I would anticipate, hopefully, that will be the night we will approve the 2021 budget.
Excellent. Thank you.
That said, any other comments on any of these numbers? As I said, we don't vote on this budget tonight in a workshop forum. We just, appears we do have a consensus. for now, again, depending upon what the public hearing might bring out. But anything from anyone on this?
Nope.
John Stolman, no.
Betty Ann, no.
Beverly Kennedy,
Demko,
no.
no.
Jim, no.
Okay, well, all that said, I'll take a motion to adjourn the workshop.
Betty Ann,
Motion, Kwame Dunbar.
Motion and seconded,
Betty Ann and
all
me.
those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
John.
Chair votes aye. Thanks for attending, and we'll see everybody on the 12th. Thanks.
Stay safe, everybody.
Have a good night.
Take care,
Thanks.
stay
Have a
safe.
good one.
Take care.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.